The individual that passed away in Placer County, as you may have heard a few hours ago, was on a cruise. That individual went to a cruise, or went from San Francisco down to Mexico and back in February 10th to February 21st. That individual came back with a number of others into not only the Placer County area, but many other folks were on that cruise from the state of California. By one estimate, over 50% of the passengers, which total roughly 2,500 passengers, that does not include the crew, are Californians. We are working very closely with CDC and working closely with our healthcare partners up and down the state of California to contact all of the individuals from the manifest. We are in possession of the manifest of those passengers from that cruise, and working with our local partners, they will be contacting people in their jurisdictions in every part of the state of California. Those that are not California residents, the CDC is advancing protocols to do the same for folks that reside in other parts of this country, and we are assessing how many people were on that cruise from other parts of the globe as well. What is important for you to know is the following. That cruise that ended on the 21st, that same ship set sail a few days later to Hawaii. That cruise ship is making its way back towards the state of California, specifically back to the city and county of San Francisco. It was due to arrive this evening. That ship, we've requested to be delayed, the arrival to be delayed, and the ship is currently off the coast, and currently that ship is now being delayed to provide ample opportunity for CDC, partnership with Coast Guard and with state health officials to conduct tests, because we have a number of passengers and crew members that have developed symptoms on this cruise ship. It's a Grand Princess cruise ship. As a consequence, we are going to be flying testing kits to the cruise ship, and we are going to be sending those quickly back to the state, primarily to Richmond lab, where we'll be able to test very quickly, within just a few hours, those samples to determine whether or not these individuals that are symptomatic just have traditional cold or flu, or may have contracted the COVID-19 virus. We also will expand the testing protocols to even more passengers, as there are a number of passengers that held over from the Mexico trip and made their way on to the second cruise into Hawaii. So we're availing the testing protocols not just to those that are symptomatic, but also to address some of the anxieties of those previous passengers that are holdovers on this second cruise. So we're holding that ship, which is thousands of passengers as well, off the coast, and we'll be conducting those tests. We're getting those test results back. We are working very collaboratively with the federal government and the CDC on the manifest of those passengers that disembarked in the state of California, particularly, as I said, those residents. And that sort of led ultimately to the conclusion that a proclamation of a state of emergency would be appropriate under the circumstances.